Hello everyone and welcome to another News Coolum video. This is that sort of tip and trick I wanted to talk about how I activate an Electrify America charger. It's sometimes hard for me to demonstrate without doing a bit of a setup because my Chevrolet Bolt EV is an older Bolt EV that has difficulty with these sort of heavier liquid-cooled Huber plus Sooner cables. Now, I hear people say, oh, it's only an Electrify America problem, but that's not actually true. It's a Chevrolet Bolt EV problem, and specifically like 2017, maybe some 2018 Chevrolet Bolt EVs have an issue with their charging port here, the CCS charging port, whether it's the tolerances. I have heard of issues with the Chevy Spark EV as well as the BMW i3, but it's very limited what vehicles have trouble with these cables, and it also really depends on the positioning, right? If there's a lot of weight hanging off the socket, it can exacerbate things a little bit, and I just don't know, maybe it's also the tolerances with these cables specifically. But that out of the way, what I am really kind of responding to is I've seen a number of people who, the way they activate their Electrify America charging sessions is they go in, and here we are. We're here in Target Yuba City, right? And we're in front of charger number 3. So you notice all of these are available. All of them are available. Now, what they do is they actually go into this charger and they activate it, and then they plug in. And in my experience, that always causes the charger to hang a little bit, or the app to hang a little bit. So what I do instead, this is just my way of doing it, is I take the cable and plug in. So even this is a little awkward from this angle. And once I plug in, you'll notice that on the station, it starts initiating or connecting to vehicle. Now, I lift the cable up even when it's initiating, and all I do is I just swipe to charge, right? If I can manage that, and then automatically it initiates. But the thing is, I need to let the handshake complete. That's kind of what I do first. And then you'll note right now I'm talking through it, but this is that sort of long Signet charger activation time. Handshake, it's about 30 seconds maybe. I don't really care for it. I think they need to do it faster, maybe like the ChargePoint Expresses that I've used. But now it beeped, and I hear it charging. Now, one of the other things is when I let off, I don't just suddenly let off. If there's too much weight on this cable and I just drop it, it will break contact and it will cancel out the session. So you have to make sure you're not just like unloading on the socket, right? But generally speaking, if there's enough support here, the socket will just let it go, and it's just charging. Here we are, we're charging. We're already at 55% battery, but yeah, it really is that simple. I took a little bit of extra time to sort of walk through the process. Some of the things that can make it easier on the cable is pulling all the way up to the bump stop. Basically what you're looking for is to make sure there's no real stress on the cable. This is actually resting on the ground a little bit, and these are nicer in the sense that they have the longer cables. So the Electrify America sites that maybe still have the shorter cables are going to be a little bit more difficult to use for someone like a Bolt EV owner, because again, that's all on this car, and the stress on the charging port, it doesn't seem to handle it as well, versus some of the other makes and models seem to handle that weight just fine, no real issues. But like I said, doing this method with Electrify America, I've found that I've had almost no issues ever since they've gone to the app. And sometimes too, the app can hang, and at that point you just wipe it in front of the NFC card reader and it's got your app up, it knows. One of the big problems with Electrify America right now is it started again. is every time I was literally here charging at this other charger yesterday, and the app logged me out in that difference of time. And that's something that Electrify America is going to need to work on. Keeping people logged into the app, because that's actually a pain. You don't want to log in and out. But as long as you have your app up, I don't pre-activate on my app. Don't do it. Let the charger handshake with the car first, then activate, and then I found that it just goes smooth. There's no problem. It's just that regular, like I said, 20 to 30 second handshake that I've seen with these Signet chargers, but this works with all of them, the ABB, the BTC Power. I haven't had really any issues unless there's an actual problem with the charger itself. And yeah, it's just easy peasy. Like it's really hard to say otherwise. Like I said, it's just make sure if you're an early Bolt EV owner, if you're like a BMW i3 owner, or just any EV owner that has a weak charging port, right? Or you're dealing with a heavy cable or an awkward positioning, you might need to do this. But just support it initially. Do the basic. Just do the basic support during the handshake, but let the car handshake first, and then the charge should activate automatically. Now, for vehicles with plug-in charge functionality, this doesn't seem to be as much of an issue. So I would say with those, you really are just like the Porsche Taycan, the Lucid Air, the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Just plug in, you should be good, right? They've tested these even with these Huber plus Sooner cables. I'll have to do some more testing on some other chargers too. There are some other high power charging cables available. ChargePoint has their own. There's also, or at least I think it's their own, they might be using Phoenix Contact. Phoenix Contact is another one that does high power CCS DC fast charging cables. I know that the 150 kilowatt cables for the FreeWire chargers work fine on my Bolt EV without support. So it really is some combination of the weight and the tolerances on these Huber plus Sooner cables, which EVgo also uses on their Signet chargers and their higher 150 kilowatt plus power chargers. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it was useful. Like I said, I'm just getting a quick top up. I don't really need to charge, but I'm here. Why not, right? I need to walk the dog again and probably complain about another, Tesla media influencer. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, I hope this was useful. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And happy, safe, fun EV travels. Thank you for watching.